In the 50s, it was a troop ship. In the 60s, it took £10 poms to their new homes by the thousand. It wasn't until the 1970s that Fairstar, the fun ship, took on the role that made it an Australian icon. It was never the flashiest of cruise ships. It occasionally broke down. Yet it became the holiday choice for millions of Australians. Now, after 23 years, it's all over, bar the shouting. Mark Llewellyn was on the Fairstar as the fun ship slipped anchor for the final time.
To have parties at home, but I don't have them anymore. Some of my friends have passed away and others have moved away, and I don't have so much entertainment at home. I save it up for the cruises.
When she's not at sea, Jean Patterson dreams of being there. In her Spartan flat in Sydney's inner west, Mrs. P counts the days and saves her pennies for her next cruise, which will be her 31st on the Fairstar.
And I've got my ultra smooth halter neck dress thing happening. Okay.
Jo and Diane, meanwhile, have never been on the Fairstar, which they believe makes them two of the few in Australia who haven't.
Right, you ready? Yeah, you got all your stuff? Yep. See you later. See ya.
Everyone knows somebody, at least one person that's gone on the Fairstar, so you think, well, it has to be good. So many people have gone, it has to be good.
Yeah,
so.
can't be wrong, you know. Can't go wrong with that, so yeah, we just thought it'd be awesome.
In Sydney today, the Fairstar is to sail out of Sydney Harbour this evening for its final cruise. Fairstar, I suppose.
To some, it remains one of the eternal mysteries of the sea. How a ship of sometimes dubious reputation and lacking in the creature comforts of virtually every other cruise liner, so completely won the devotion of over 1 million Australians. With decks lined, streamers raining down, and the Sydney skyline looking on in benign approval, its farewell as it left on its last trip spoke volumes for the curious hold Fairstar, the fun ship, had on so many for so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, good afternoon. This is the Cruise Director, Lindsay Edwards, speaking to you. Welcome aboard P&O's Fairstar as we prepare to take you away to the beautiful tropical islands on Fairstar's farewell cruise.
As I wended my way to my tiny cabin, it was nice to be greeted with a complimentary bottle of Gran Spumante. In an era of great change, Fairstar has remained as constant as the rhythms of the sea. A place you could call home, or at least that's what Lindsay, your cruise director, told me.
You hear them coming up the gangway after being in port. The first port, only been at sea 2 days, perhaps, or 3 days. And they're coming up and, oh, that was lovely, but oh, it's good to be home. You know? And they do. That's a constant comment.
It's not the height of luxury, the walls are thin.
No. It's once again the people, the heart and soul. The ship may be made of steel, but it's got a soul.
This is our cabin. This is it. Yeah. This is the place. This is where
it all happens.
Yeah.
Not much room. Very messy. Very hot.
Very smelly. Very smelly toilet. Very hot cabin. Yeah, this is it. 472.
Yeah.
Cabin from hell.
It's very noisy.
It's not the QE2, but somehow the Fairstar outlived 11 other competitors by never being more than what it is, a slice of Australia on the high seas. Unpretentious and egalitarian.
Well, Captain, bon voyage.
Something I discovered while dining at the captain's table, Captain Ambrosino's table.
I don't know the word in English to use, you know, it's like you go, if you go on holiday in an hotel, you don't choose a big hotel, like a Sheraton or thing, you choose a small hotel where...
As he mused and I drank, the life of the ship continued as it always had.
Good. I think you're beating me.
Mrs. P out playing quoits. Others at bingo.
Eyes down, pens poised, and a little bit of... Here we go. 74, 7-4. 69, dinner for two.
Days spent baking in the sun and not worrying about the UV. Where a big night is toasted in, yes, spumante. And ends with Bomb Alaska. An Australia of the 60s and 70s, and still perhaps the 90s. John Howard's comfortable and relaxed Australia. No complications.
Not a bullshit ship.
Ian Mason knows about unchanging tastes. For 2 decades, he's been the familiar face for passengers who come back time and again to hear him and to ask time and again for the same old songs.
Do you know there's got to be a morning after?
Mace, Fairstar's piano man living his own watery Groundhog Day.
How often would people ask you to play that song?
Too freaking much.
You get tired of it?
Yeah, about 300 times a cruise, I get tired of it.
Amazing. A little bit of makeup will do. It's better every time I put it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's fancy dress tonight, and you'll have to be good to beat Mrs. P.
Well, it's only an old house garden dress actually, and I just pasted all the things on it. Had up the P&O brochure. I'm not expecting a prize as long as the photographer's there so I can take the picture home.
Thumbs up!
Its nightlife has always been part of the Fairstar legend, and so it was this evening. As Mrs. P entered into the spirit of things...
Oh, look at this. Hold on, turn around, turn around. Hold on, stay there. Stay there. Look at this. Oh, look, you've got Lindsay on your bottom. And he's looking at
The girls were getting into the spirits. By night's end, Mrs. P had tasted victory.
On behalf of us, there's a bottle of bubbly for you, and we hope you enjoy it. Congratulations.
While Joe and Di tasted, well, just about everything.
She was everything I dreamed she'd be. Sweet to